Today is Monday, November 12th. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining Jomboy and Jake Radio. We got a lot of fun stuff, sports and weekends. Here we go. Let's talk about the sports and the weekends. Thank you for joining. Wasn't the smoothest.
You got really lost in the sports and the weekends.
Well,
you wanted that to be a shtick, and then you got too jumbled at the end.
No, that's not what happened. I was trying to set up raise the volume on the song perfectly.
Right.
So I was trying to drag it out, so I just kept doing the sports and weekends to drag it out. Yeah. Didn't work. But that is Blues Traveler for your Mid-Atlantic Mondays. Blues Traveler from Princeton, New Jersey. Did you even know that, Jake?
I didn't know that.
What's your favorite line from that song?
I don't know. I'm terrible with lyrics.
I thought your favorite line was
with lyrics.
Like a game show contestant with a parting gift. I could not believe my eyes.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
They're pretty good. What were they? Late 90s?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Saw them live in Denver.
You did?
2 years ago? Yeah.
Nice.
Free concert.
Well, that means they're down the drain.
Kind of. It was like a big fest.
Oh, okay, not bad.
Denver's, I don't know, something fest.
Well, happy Monday. We'll get into our weekends fully later on in the show because we got a lot of sports to talk about. But Jake, tell us where you're coming from today. In the
I'm live.
The wide world of where's Jake recording from today?
I know. It's a pain you don't have to struggle with. I am at the Industry Office Building in Rhino, Denver. It's like big office space where there's like 4 or 5 different companies, and it's all like new age kombucha shit like that. So yeah, the girlfriend company is here, and Dad had to drive her into work today because it was snowy and the roads were a little dangerous. And that's one of the few things I believe in myself in.
She's a Southern girl.
She's a Southern girl. I mean, Florida, Nashville, and she's openly a very poor driver. So it almost wasn't a conversation. Like she looked out the window this morning and was like, "We need a new plan. I can't drive myself into work." So I'm here.
Dude, driving in the elements is so funny. You move to California, and like some rain, everyone just kind of tenses up.
Yeah.
Like really 20 miles off the speed limit now. It's raining out.
Dallas gets crippled by rain. Like highways borderline come to a stop if there's rain.
LA's bad.
It was wild.
LA's bad too, but that's because they did the road, so everything when it rains gets super slippery there. They actually need to. All right, we got a lot of sports, but first and foremost, because this is a Central State University.
Central State.
Yeah, I'm so. What does CCSU stand for? This is the biggest brain fart I ever had.
Connecticut State, man. That was my dream.
Central Connecticut State University. That still sounds wrong in my head, but I think that's it.
That's right.
This is such a weird brain fart. I can't pronounce the school I graduated from, or I can't even know what it is. They lost to Georgetown, Jake, 85-78. Everyone that listens to the show, you're a CCSU fan. This is a CCSU podcast, so we have to update you. But with 5 minutes left in the game, they were only down by 2. So that's basically a win.
Yeah. Oh, that's a W.
Like
this is
when
a win
5 minutes are left and Georgetown looks up at the clock and these fuckers are within 2. Central has just won that game no matter the outcome. So it's really good news. All right, moving on. UConn. Do we need to update UConn games here? Since we're a Central pod?
We could update UConn games. We're both. We're everything.
Well, update us.
UConn won. Well, where did we leave off with our Huskers, Jim? So we beat Morehead State in the opening game, and then they come out and they looked really good Yesterday they blew out. I'm blanking now. You have a brain fart on. You have a brain fart on where we went to school. I have a brain fart on my Talking Huskies podcast.
They won real nice. They won big.
They look good. Like, there's a chance they could be good this year. Their conference is really bad. The team that was projected to be number 1 lost a terrible game. UCF and SMU, who's been good in recent years, they both lost to, like, nobodies in the basketball world. UCF lost to Florida Atlantic. UConn beat UMKC, Jim, Missouri, Kansas City, your team. What's their mascot again?
Ants. I think they're the Missouri, Kansas City Ants.
UMKC Ants?
Yeah.
I've heard worse guesses. They're the Kangaroos.
What the fuck? Get out of here.
No.
You ever pet a kangaroo?
No.
I have.
Okay. You're just showing off at this point?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just spitting on me?
Oh yeah. I pet maybe 2 to 10 kangaroos in my life.
I had a good laugh. UMKC is in the WAC, the Western Athletic Conference.
Oh yeah.
So it's just one of those basketball conferences that is so screwed up just from realignment, and every time something realigns, a conference gets 2 teams plucked from it. So now UMKC plays in the Western Athletic Conference.
The Knicks lost to the Raptors, then they lost to the Orlando Magic, which means you're one step away from having to learn a magic trick. Do you know what kind of magic trick you're going to learn?
It'll be a card trick.
Card
trick. Yeah.
I thought you were going to try and like eat a rabbit or something.
Well, it's not a magic trick. That's just eating a rabbit, Jim.
Well, what if no one watches you eat the rabbit and then you throw it up, but you pull it out of your mouth slowly?
Then in a way, yes, that is very much a rabbit. That's a magic trick.
That guy just eat that rabbit behind the scenes?
How long has he had that rabbit in his throat?
You ever hear about Mary Toft?
No.
I think that's her name, Mary Toft. She was famous for pulling rabbits out of her. Like, she gave birth to rabbits.
Oh.
Back in the day, and it was in like the 1700s. And yeah, she was like, "Oh, watch this lady give birth to rabbits," and it was this big thing. And then this guy was like, "Oh, she's a fraud. She just shoves rabbits up her vagina, and then has the doctor come in, and then she pushes him out." And it's like, you know what? It's 1750. Everyone needs to have their thing.
Yeah.
So don't be mad at Mary Toft for faking giving births to rabbits.
I'm not. That's art.
Yeah. Known for, or Wikipedia says known for medical hoax. Not bad. Better than what I'm known for.
Yeah, true.
What else? The Rangers are on a heater. I mean, they lost one game to the Red Wings, but they're 5 of their last 6. And even when they lost the Red Wings, they went into OT. They won Friday versus the Blue Jackets, which is my favorite expansion team back in like '98. Whenever they expanded, I was like, "That's a cool name, Blue Jackets."
Sure.
They beat them in a shootout. VC scoring goals. Rangers are fun, man. They're kind of remnant of 2017 Yankees. They're like doing better than they should.
Wow.
Did you just pull up? Did you pull up the standings? You usually do that.
I usually do that. I didn't. I'm looking at the Western Athletic Conference right now because I really like that fun fact. But
who's in it? Is Boise still over there?
No, dude. So it's New Mexico State.
Losers.
Grand Canyon University.
I think that's kind of cool. That's a cool name.
Chicago State.
In the WAC.
That's California Baptist.
No, thank you.
CSU Bakersfield.
Yeah, I like Bakersfield.
Seattle U.
Nope, boo.
UT Rio Grande Valley.
Okay.
Utah Valley.
Okay.
And our Kangaroos. So, yeah.
Yeah, that conference is fucking weird and sucks.
Yeah, that's like not a conference.
I don't know.
Stop calling it a conference. Just call it like
these teams.
These are 8 schools.
Yeah, these teams play here.
That'd be a funny conference name.
What's the
these 8 schools?
What's the longest reigning school in that conference?
That's a good question. I thought about doing the actual research, but I wasn't going to do that. Because I think WAC used to be like Hawaii and stuff back
I thought
in the
WAC
day.
was like Idaho, Boise, Hawaii, like fun schools.
I think it used to be like Brigham Young.
That's always been your motto.
It's just okay.
Ooh, that's you. It's a joke about you liking really young girls.
I just think it's funny. Oh, because like you're college football, they're like, oh, Rutgers is in the Big Ten now, blah, blah, blah. But you forget because each conference took like 2 teams, it trickles down to the point that this 8-team conference exists, and it's pretty bad.
Yeah. University of Arizona, Arizona State, Boise State, Brigham Young, CSU Fresno, Colorado State, University of Denver, University of Hawaii, University of Idaho, Nevada, San Diego State, San Jose State, Texas, TCU, SMU. It used to be a real conference.
Yeah.
Now it's got, what'd you say, Grand Rapids, Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon University.
What do you
They're
think?
cool. Have you looked into them?
Have I looked into Grand Canyon University? No.
Well, dude, they're a story not because of sports, but they're the only quote-unquote for-profit university. And they're, like, growing like crazy.
I don't like their colors, but their campus looks cool.
Oh, yeah. That's their whole thing, dude. They have, like, a party campus. They're like, we're going to get our basketball team pretty decent. They have like a former Suns player as a head coach, Dan Marley. I don't know, but it's just like a weird concept because they're, well, every university tries to gouge you and get money, but they're like openly just like, we're a business. So they might change the whole landscape in a few years. James?
Yeah, but I don't like them because it's Arizona. I would never want to go live in Arizona.
All right.
It's so hot and dry.
It's a dry heat.
And there's no beach. It's a landlocked, dry, hot area. Like, what the fuck?
Big pool town.
Big pool town. And they were real big into skinny jeans back when skinny jeans were popular, like, because they were really seen and emo. It's like, everyone in Arizona's balls from 2002 to 2009 were the sweatiest they could have ever been. It was just
That's when skinny jeans were in?
Skinny jeans were in when we were in high school.
Really? I thought that was recent. That was like hipsters.
No, like when guys wore girls' jeans. Like when they didn't even make skinny jeans.
I forgot you're a Californian in your
like
heart.
when Fall Out Boy and all those bands were wearing, like, they would buy women's jeans.
Yeah, it's fucking hot.
Panic at the Disco and stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Arizona was full of teenagers with just sweaty balls.
Oh, I was saying sexy.
Oh, sexy? Yeah. I mean, I just couldn't even imagine it. I was friends with the kid who did it, and I was like, dude, how are you not? He was like my size. Like, how are you not so hot?
Yeah.
You need to adjust yourself at all times. Anyway, most notable alumni from Grand Canyon State, which is now where this conversation has turned, Chad Curtis and Cody Ransom, 2 former Yankees. So
that.
Now we're talking about the WAC. Is there anything else in the tri-state area? Because somehow the tri-state area led us to the WAC.
The WAC, the Grand Canyon. Yeah, I mean, I did some live scouting of our Brooklyn Nets this weekend. They played at the Nuggets, had some friends in town. When I say I scouted, I mean we were the drunk idiots just screaming for the over to hit. So every made basket was a big win for us. And the over hit, so
yeah. That sounds like every drunk idiot, you're right.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But no, I mean we were doing it in a fun way.
Did you even consider that some people may have the under?
We were rooting life's too short for that. But no, we were more excited for Nuggets baskets, but we wanted the Nets to score too. Nets ended up winning. It's actually kind of a good game.
Who made the most baskets in the whole game?
What'd you say?
Who made the whole baskets in the whole game?
Who made the whole baskets is the question.
Yeah, who made the most baskets in the whole game?
Jokic had a really good game. He's pretty cool. We looked up at halftime and we were like, we actually did this. We were like, who's even playing well? And Jokic was like 9 of 10 for the field or some crap. He's really good. He's a weirdo. He got in trouble recently. He said someone was long. He's like, oh yeah, it's tough playing that guy. He's really long, no homo. And he got in trouble.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he just didn't mean it. I'm not talking about his dick. I mean,
Yeah.
what's so bad about clarifying that? He's really long. I'm not talking about his dick. I'm talking about his body. He's really tall. His arms are long.
Millennials, man.
We're millennials.
Can't deal with it. I know. I'm yelling at us.
I think it's a younger generation now too.
Oh yeah.
Gen X. That's what Luke is.
Everyone's soft.
I'm soft.
Oh yeah.
All right. You want to throw it to our national beat reporter?
We could do some nationals. Oh yeah. You got sounds lined up? What do you got?
Now covering the national beat, Jake Storielli.
Yeah, there's never a short weekend of stories in the sports world, and this weekend did not disappoint. Jimmy Butler ended up getting traded from his Minnesota T-Wolves, a team that we've been covering a lot on this show this year, to your Philadelphia 76ers in a trade that sent over Robert Covington and Dario Saric for Jimmy Butler. I don't know. Jimmy Butler gets traded. It's going to be interesting there. Sixers were supposed to be one of the best teams in the East. It'll be interesting to see how their chemistry comes together, Jim. But yeah, that fun story of Jimmy Butler trying to ruin Derrick Rose's team, I guess that's over now.
Are the 76ers a threat now?
I think so. I had an angry tweet that, again, I usually lose my Boston bias, but like Jimmy Butler is probably maybe one of the best all-around players in the East now. Kawhi Leonard, Jimmy Butler. I don't know.
What about Kyrie?
Kyrie's good, but he's like a sieve on defense, and he's been having a bad season so far. I don't know. I just think it's going to be one of those things that's funny because I've talked about the Celtics team. Of all the Boston sports teams, I think they've gotten too much love recently because they have all these young guys and picks, and they've been good, and they have the coach. But now, like, if the Sixers are better than them after this Jimmy Butler trade, then it's like, okay, you guys never cashed in your chips. Like, you never made a play. But maybe they will be better. But I don't know. Like, the Celtics could have easily gotten Jimmy Butler, but you're also trading for a player that could be hostile.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade for Butler.
Agile. Hostile.
You want some more?
Futile.
We want some more. What is pain? French bread. What is fatigue? Army clothes. We want some more. We want some more. We want some more. Jake just dropped out of the call. Wonder if he ditched it because I was doing Remember the Titans quotes. Are you back?
I'm back, yeah.
You just didn't want to hear the Remember the Titans quotes?
Yeah, I didn't like the way you said, what is pain? It sounded lispy.
What is pain?
That was better.
French bread.
All right. We're back. Joe Mauer retired. You put that as a national story, which I don't think a lot of people would, but talk about your boy.
No, in the baseball world it was. I just looked up the top stories and threw some on there. But, dude, I really want to talk about his highlights from high school that I tweeted at. I retweeted
Yeah,
it.
I saw that.
It's just baseball, football, basketball destroying kids in Minnesota. And I don't know. We don't need to talk about it at all because I don't have any jokes to make. I just think his career in life is so fucking cool. Grew up in Minnesota, was a 3-sport all-star, played his entire professional career in Minnesota, lives in Minnesota, retires in Minnesota. It's really rare to have that happen. I think it was commonplace back in the day. So I just want to say I think Mauer's career and life is probably my ideal career in life, but put it in not Minnesota.
Right. That's kind of the tough part, but that almost makes it better. Yeah, he was offered a full ride to Florida to play quarterback. Like, imagine actually being Joe Cool.
Yeah, I can't.
So we're happy for him. Enjoy retirement. Yeah, I mean, he's going to be either like the governor of Minnesota or like the owner of the Twins in 10 years, right?
No, I bet he just wants to sit back and relax. Like, I think he's just going to be like go to have his kids in a small house and be a normal guy.
I think there's some stories around that. Like he just owns like a normal log cabin or something. I don't know. I think you become too much of the fabric that even it'll be like a Magic Johnson's thing that an ownership group will be like, hey, Joe Mauer, like Derek Jeter for the Marlins. They'll be like, yo, we want to buy the Twins, so we need you.
Yeah. We need
so that's kind of cool. Again, that's something that won't happen in my lifetime.
But maybe if you're reborn as someone cooler than you.
Hey, Jake, we're looking to buy the Yankees. We want you as our lead guy. No. No, you don't.
Well, it'd be cool. It'd be like a Joe Schmo thing. Like, help this loser win the lottery. You know what I mean?
That was a hard L. Hard L.
People like underdog stories.
Yeah, not in ownership groups.
Remember how much everyone in Flint, Michigan cheered for Dukes? And made that halftime shot?
You're talking about the movie Semi-Pro.
My name is Dukes, and I never missed a game.
Hate how much you love Dukes. And then, yeah, I mean, they played American football yesterday. Jim, I know you liked the Patriots and Titans ran the same trick play. Brady slipped.
Brady didn't slip. Brady did what I did every time like hockey season started and I wasn't in, like, legs weren't in shape. And my top half of my body just thought I could go fast, and my legs were like, we haven't prepped for this.
Right.
And Brady's legs are just like, we don't do this anymore. They did a little fake end around, hand off, and reverse, and throw it to Brady. He catches it, and he misses the first down by a yard, maybe, a foot, because his legs just completely gave out. Like, it should have been a first down. It's pretty funny. I put it on Twitter, and then I don't know, man. Like Bleacher Report used my tweet and shit, which is kind of cool. Kind of, it doesn't actually help me, which sucks. I feel like that should be cooler.
Help me.
Yeah, get more people to follow me. But whatever. If they follow me, then they're gonna find out Yankee stuff, all that shit. Anyway, the next series, Jake, the very next series, maybe even like 2 plays later, the Titans run the same exact play.
Right.
Handoff, reverse, throw to Mariota, and Mariota gets the first down. Just, they ran the same exact play right after the Brady couldn't do it, but this time they did it. Pretty good slap in the face. I thought it was funny. And, I mean, the Patriots don't usually get kind of and like slapped around. And I'm not trying to overblow it because they're the Patriots and they're probably going to still win a million games to go to the Super Bowl. But they never really get bullied around. The Titans were bullying them there and kind of laughing at them. Jake ditched out again on the internet. I don't know what's going on, so I'm just talking to myself. So I'm covering the national beat now. The Jets game, let me tell you about this stupid Jets game. Sunday, I didn't have anything to do. I'm sitting down. I'm sitting on the couch. All right, I just kept going without you, but I'm talking about the Jets game now.
Life is pain. Life is pain. Well, I'm glad you're talking about the Jets game because now my life is pain attitude.
Why does it keep dipping out?
Don't know.
Just bad Wi-Fi?
No. Could be. It says it's good. But I don't know. This is just my life now.
Well, here's the deal, Jake. I woke up Sunday after a big date day Saturday. We'll get in that later. And I sit down. I'm like, I'm going to watch some football today. Like, the Jets are on. The Giants aren't on till Monday, so I'm going to watch whatever games are on. I was interested in the Patriots-Titans game because I thought that was going to be good football. Jets-Bills, I was like, well, okay, we're doing the radio show. I'll watch the local sports. This Jets-Bills game is, dude, it's like a bad product. Like, I keep saying this over and over. Like, if anyone that's not a football fan and you show them that sport, if you take that game to London, it does the opposite of grow the game. Because I turned it off after like 20 minutes. And then I had people saying like, well, it's good for the Bills. No, it wasn't. You won. The Bills won.
Right. You didn't play good football.
Didn't play good football. The Bills, like that's what some Bills fans are saying. Oh, the Bills are playing good. No, you're not. No one played good in that game. Right. And the Jets, did you watch any, Jake? The Jets weren't.
I just saw some of the clips.
They probably didn't show these clips. The Jets weren't trying. I think if you were to tell the secondary and the offensive line, like, you guys didn't try tonight, they'd be like, what are you talking about? We tried. We give our best every game. Then you sat them down in the film room, and showed him some plays, like that's you trying, and then they'd have a big realization, like, oh, I guess we weren't like going full bore. They had one sack. McCown gets sacked, and then they show the replay of how the guy broke through. He had two Jets offensive linemen were on him, right?
Right.
And he just ran in between them like butter slipping through 2 slices of bread, and they didn't lay a hand on him.
Right.
They just ran right through. Then Mariota has a touchdown pass, and the Jets secondary is just all looking around. Like Mariota threw a ball through 4 guys.
Not Mariota. He's on the Titans.
Oh, yeah, I'm talking about the old game. Barkley threw a pass through 4 guys, and they're just all looking at each other. And then he threw another just jump pass,
right?
Like you would throw to Calvin Johnson or someone. But they didn't have the height advantage. They just had the effort advantage because the Jets weren't trying. So Todd Bowles needs to be fired immediately. I heard he threw people under the bus, but everyone deserves to be thrown under the bus after that game.
Yeah, there's only one person who doesn't. It's Sam Darnold. We talked about how bad he's been playing. Everyone saw this and was like, all right, well, we're going to give Sam a break because this is the least talented and just worst team in the league.
Well, yeah, give Sam a break and also go support the rest of his career, because if they don't do anything, he's just going to go down the drains with no help. Get him a coach, get him a team. This Jets game was bad football. It was really It was really bad.
Coach.
So then
bring back Rex.
My other option was watching Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus who'd the Bucs play? The Redskins.
Yeah, that was another terrible game.
In non-HD, because the channel that I get it is not an HD, so it's a square and terrible. And I actually chose HD in the Jets game, and then I watched some of the Duke game just because the Jets game was so bad.
Right.
And Duke was close with Army for a little bit.
Yeah, you said that was going to be a blowout. I told you, Coach K had the fix in with his old team.
Yeah. Well, in the end,
be nice to these guys. Be nice to these guys.
In the end, they beat him pretty good. Zion's pretty good.
He's good. Get him on the Knicks, Jim.
I'm rooting for Duke because I'm rooting for the future Knicks players. And also, you hate Duke so much.
Right.
So they don't get enough love. There's not enough Duke fans on the pod, so I'm going to root for Duke.
Yeah, I guess in my head I'm trying to picture out what my dream situation is, and I think it's Duke being incredible and just looking unstoppable, and then 2 of those guys getting ankle injuries and just being like, yo, we're just going to sit it out to the draft because we're already going to be the 1 and 2 pick. So...
Well, speaking of sitting out, our boy Le'Veon Bell, did you see this old tweet that got pulled up from 2013?
No.
Oh, you haven't seen this, Jake?
No.
This made me so happy. Le'Veon Bell tweeted February 13th, 2013. So he's just sitting there prepping for Valentine's Day at 5 p.m. at night, thinking about what he's going to do the next day with his girl, and says this: if you could sit out a year of a sport you play and you're not injured or something else is preventing you to play, then you don't love it.
Nice.
Because now he's doing exactly that, and this has backfired. The Steelers say he's not going to play it all this season.
I love it.
I love a good backfire. I said I hope he didn't play at all this season last week, and I was being petty. Now here we are.
Here we are. That's a good tweet. You got to be careful what you tweet, kids.
I mean, that's a really, what do you say? You can say, well, I've changed. I was never in that situation myself before. There's excuses, but on the surface, it's ha-ha, you dumb motherfucker. Yeah. Now you're the guy. You grew up to be what you hate. Don't we all?
Yeah, dark.
C'est la vie. Anything else in the national stories?
Saints are really good. People are calling them the best team in football. Drew Brees is completing 77% of his passes, so 3 out of 4 complete. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Right now is the time on Twitter or ESPN that you have to claim them. So people are doing the whole, like, I believe or I don't believe in the Saints right now. And they look good, but
it sounds like
gotta
some
see
ESPN nonsense.
Yeah. They're talking about Jomboy nonsense over there, so. Whistle.
No nonsense because I got myself a stress ball.
Go on and on.
Nonsense free. Stress balls are cool. I think that brings us to halftime. All right, halftime. It's a rough first half for Jake.
What was your favorite birthday party that you've ever had?
Ooh, Chuck E. Cheese. When I was in like middle school, I did it as a gag, but it was kind of fun.
What do you mean as a gag?
Like we were way too old to be at Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, wow. Like when in middle school?
I think it was like 8th grade.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Like we were like way too old, but that was like the joke. People were like, "Are you really having it at Chuck E. Cheese?" And I was like, "Hell yeah."
Okay. You had too much chutzpah as a kid. You were too confident talking to adults.
What do you mean?
I've told the freshman baseball story. You and Coach Schelling.
Well, yeah.
You had no fear.
Well, I had people I really respected and people that I didn't respect. Yeah.
Right.
I had teachers. Yeah. I wouldn't back down from teachers. You know, my teacher in middle school like pushed me up against a wall.
Love that.
And yelled at me. Last day of class in middle school, when I was moving towns the next day.
Broke him.
Because I used to be mean to him.
Yeah.
He was a nerd. Anyway, he held me up against the locker because there was like different days where you go get your yearbook signed, right?
Right.
So it's the last week of school, and I'm moving to Connecticut, and I'm living in Illinois. So like this is my last time with these friends. So there's like open hours when you can go do yearbook signing, and then you have to go back to your homeroom. So I just stayed for both to do more yearbook signing, and he like pinned me up against the lockers with my shoulder, and like was yelling at me like I can't do this, blah blah blah. And I was just like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
What are you doing right now? And he walked me to the vice principal's office, and because they're the mean people, and she looked at me and said, I don't know your name, and you've been here for 3 years.
Yeah.
And this is the last day of school. Go sign your yearbook. And I was like, thank you. And Mr. Chopper, why don't you go fucking kill yourself, you loser?
I'm team Mr. Chopper.
I don't even know if that was his name. He would talk about how much he loves SpongeBob. Right. And I'd just say, that's a kid's cartoon and you're an adult teacher.
Right.
And he didn't like that.
It's tough.
But I had teachers I was really, really nice to and like really liked me as well.
I'm glad he straightened you out.
No, I straightened him out. He probably could have got him a lot of trouble like these days. You put your hands on me.
Oh, times are different.
Punk. Yeah, anyway, halftime. You're dealing with some technical difficulties over there. How are you feeling? You're really having to persevere through a lot of stuff.
I'm fine. I think I'm carrying, especially now that everyone knows that Mr. Chopper story.
Yeah.
They know the fire that I'm bringing. Yeah, no, I'm good. It was weird. It's technical difficulties that felt out of my hands. Like the internet didn't go out or anything. It just the video popped up and was like, "Do you want to retry doing a video?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Also, middle school Mrs. Fox. She was real mean to me, and then she apologized. See, the thing is, Jake, people don't know it. My mom will tell teachers like I'm hard to get a read on because I come off like I once asked for a teacher to give me a college review, and he was like, "No, I thought you were a playboy. I'm surprised you passed the class."
Right.
And I was like, "What the fuck, dude? I got an A+ in this class. It was like religious studies. I was so interested."
Right.
But a lot of teachers growing up, just because I like would make jokes or talk with my friends or like I didn't look like a nerd. They just wrote me off as a kid who didn't want to learn when I'm actually like love reading books and learning stuff, being involved. So my Mrs. Fox wrote me off as just a bad kid right away. And my mom was like, he reads everything. It's literature. This is his favorite subject. The kid writes journal essays every day, and you're mad at him because he won't write papers. But I write papers, and she like apologized to me. We got off on the wrong foot, and she gave me these like books. I love your writing. Here's some books, and I was like, my mom scared the shit out of you, huh?
Yeah. That's all Susie. Susie brought the noise there.
The one dude, though, in college, I was so mad at him. I was like, can you write me a recommendation because I'm transferring schools? I just did really well in your class. It's like,
Right.
He was like an 80-year-old religious studies professor, and he just said, I don't think it's best for me to write your recommendation. I thought you were too much of a playboy for this class, and I'm surprised you passed.
Right.
What the fuck?
I love that.
I kind of like it, but I was like, what the fuck, man? All right.
Yeah. And that's when you still think life matters. So, like, a professor saying something like that, you're like, come on, dude.
Yeah, cut me a fucking break.
What?
It's religious studies. I like this class. You think I got an A+ in religious studies because I didn't try? Shut up, dude. Anyway, I forgot to say this at the very beginning of the show. T-shirt contest. We're going to give away one T-shirt a month on Jomboy and Jake Radio, and all you need to do is leave a 5-star review and write a little rating, write a review, 5-star rating, write a review. But here's the fun part. The winner is going to get a one-of-a-kind shirt. We're going to design it just for you. You will be the only person that ever owns this shirt. And it could be, I don't know, a picture of Jake from when he was a kid, or it could be just some fun words. It could be literally anything. It could be a shirt that's bad. It could be a shirt that's really good. It's free, and you're the only one that's ever going to own it. So that's exciting. So 5-star reviews at the end of every month, and we're halfway through November, so get going. 5-star reviews, a shirt a month. You'll be the only person that ever owns that shirt in the history of life itself. And I'm going to have a lot of fun designing these, so you better enjoy them. Go leave some reviews.
Nice.
Which brings us to the second half of the show on Mondays, which is Best Weekend, Worst Weekend Contest. We have a lot of entries from the Twitter machine. People that probably don't even listen to the show, but they're entered.
Sure.
Do you want to give yours first? Do you want me to give mine first?
Give yours, because you gave we each gave spoilers if you were listening, but you dropped a date day on me, so now I need to know about your weekend.
Saturday was date day.
Right.
Nice weather. Katie was off work, and we're doing like weekends things now. So we went to Red Bank by the Navasink River, which is where my sister Elizabeth was born. But Red Bank, New Jersey, it's this like small little town by the water. And dude, we did like so many dates in one. Like first we got breakfast sandwiches and coffee. That's not a date, but that. Then we went and we just started walking around the stores. We went to a record store. And we have like a record player, like a old school vinyl.
Sure.
So we got like the used vinyls and bought a bunch of like used vinyls for $3. That was cool. Got Fats Domino. You know of Fats?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I got some Crosby, Stills.
I know Fats Domino.
Crosby, Stills, and Nash. We got some old school records, some new little Christmas album. That was fun. I could get lost in stores like that, record stores, bookstores. Get lost in there. And I was walking around the record store just like telling Katie like every single one of these albums is on my phone because I have Spotify.
Right.
And it was like a game I was playing. Like we just flipped to like some random ass 1960s crooner album on this record. And then I'd turn my phone and search in and it's there. Like, that's incredible what technology has become.
Oh yeah.
The entire store is just on my phone.
Is your dad a big music guy?
No. Well,
like I was gonna say, but I didn't want to offend. But like me and our buddy Nico, like our dads are music guys. They like strumming the guitar and doing all that stuff. But like those guys that were like lived in the 70s and used to jam and lived for music, like when the iPod and that stuff originally came out, like you could see that person's mind being blown.
It's crazy.
Wait, all of my 200 favorite songs are on this little device?
Yeah, it's nuts.
My dad think about where we are from then.
My dad likes music. He likes Motown, Billy Joel, Bruce.
Right.
But he's never like actively seeking out new bands and stuff like that.
Right.
Which I love. I like doing. After the music store, we walked down, got a little view. We went to this cheese place. Like just cheeses. We got this cheese platter. It's pretty good. Cheese and wine. That's like a date. So that's like 2 dates in itself right there.
Sure.
Then we went around to like an antique store. There was a witch store, which Katie loves that shit. And I walk in, it's instant headache. Like so much incest is burning. And then this lady's talking about how much for psychic readings. And I'm overhearing the conversation. And it's It's $100 for 60 minutes. And I'm like, holy shit, what a racket. What a
Perfect.
fucking racket. I left that store. I was like, Katie, I got to get out of here. You hang out. I went next door. There was an antique store, which had old school like typewriters and shit, which is really cool.
Sure.
Figured out what I want for Christmas. That was nice. And then we went to, what else? There was like a bunch of stores. There was a store that has baseball cards. I looked at those and I was like, this is crazy.
Like that.
Who does this? There's like $50 for like pristine baseball cards.
Mm.
Like, how are you guys? How's it still a thing? Then we went and we did pottery. You know, you draw like kindergarten with a kiln.
I mean, I know.
Yeah. So we colored. I chose like a tiny little ornament, like our first Christmas ornament. And we colored it. I am so frustratingly bad at painting and drawing.
Right.
Like really bad. Like I was a snowman. It was like basically a color by number situation, and it still came out like garbage.
Yeah.
Really frustrates me because I try to do it really well.
All right, now multiply that feeling by a lifetime, and you're in my shoes with my sister and I.
Then we went to a Mexican restaurant that was on Diners, Drives, and Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, whatever.
Okay, yeah.
Mexican food. That was really good. And we went home and took a nap. Date day.
Awesome.
It's like 4 dates wrapped into one.
Yeah.
But I'm nominating that for, a lot of guys would try to play the card. Like, I had a blast. It was a lot of fun. So I'm putting
It sounds nice. The shopping sounded like a lot for me, to be honest.
It was quick, in and out of stores.
Okay.
Like, it was really quick. But I had a lot of fun. It was a good time. I like hanging out with my girlfriend. Shocker, huh? And we got to go back and pick up the pottery in a week, which that kind of sucks.
Okay.
But there's a Smoothie King right next door, the same one we had when we were in spring training.
Sure.
And I loved that, so I'm excited. I'm gonna line up a smoothie with when we pick up the pottery.
What a day.
So date day. That was my Saturday. My Sunday sucked. My Sunday, I sat on the couch and I got dressed and shaved because I wanted to do stuff. I wanted to go shopping. I wanted to cook. I wanted to get some work done. And I just sat on the couch until 5 o'clock telling myself to do stuff. I wanted to read, put in some research for Last from the Past. I just kept telling myself, do stuff, and I never did a thing. And then I did. I spent 4 hours picking up my mom from the airport. So that was a bad. So I'm submitting my Sunday for a bad weekend. I'm submitting my Saturday for a best weekend, which I think puts
That's not how it works. That's not how it works.
I know. I think
it's a weekend.
What's that?
The whole idea is it's a weekend.
I know. I'm split.
You can't.
So I'm not submitting myself. I'm running out. Unless yours is really bad. Let's see. What's your weekend? Let's hear it.
I had a buddy who came into town. Like I said, and so we had another buddy that was visiting another friend. So we kind of had a crew of 4. Like they both flew in on the same flight from New York. Saw them, swung by Red Rocks. Basically did let's delay drinking as much as we can until we need to. And then we went to that Nets-Nuggets game Friday night. Big game. And got pretty twisted. And it didn't go too late in the night. We travel day for them, blah blah blah. We wake up a little hungover, and then we were gonna try to go to the CU Buffaloes football game against number 8 Washington State, which our buddies went to. But dude, they were kind of like. We were hanging out with them the night before, and they're like, yeah, we're thinking about going to the game. And we're like, okay, we're interested, but that's like a whole thing. Like, we have to go to Boulder. Like, then we're probably going to tailgate, then the football game. Like, there's your day. And so then the next day, we're like, so what's your guys' plan? Do you guys, are you guys going to get tickets there or what? And they're like, oh, we actually already have tickets. And it's like, okay, so now we're not going to sit with you guys? So we were like, all right, let's scratch that, reverse it. We're not going to go to the game. So dude, we just kind of hopped around Denver. We had a couple drinks. It's funny, and it blew my mind. The first time I saw it was in Chicago, but college bars or bars that support college teams. So yeah, we just kind of hopped around for the different games. Like there was a Michigan game. We popped by the Michigan bar for a little bit. Georgia game. We were looking for the Georgia bar. Had a few drinks, really kept a steady pace going through the day. And then it hit like 9, 10 p.m. and we're like, all right, I guess we'll start drinking. So switched from beers to I had a little whiskey, and then I threw up in my own kitchen.
Did you throw up
And
food?
then, there was some food in there. We had an app sampler at one point.
Are you nominating this for best day?
I thought we don't have to anymore. Like you said, there's a lot of highs, there's a lot of lows in my weekend. So I think I'm out on both ends as well.
Yeah.
And then yesterday was just like kind of zombie mode. Like you said, trying to get my life in order, but not being great at it. And it's been snowing.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But, so that was the funny part. Saturday, it was like 60 and sunny. So we were drinking on like patios, and it was like nice in the Denver sun. And then yesterday and today, it's been a flurry fest.
I'm excited for snow, but that's pretty early for snow.
Yeah, but like again, tomorrow it's going to be like 55 and sunny. So that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Denver, huh? All right, we have some nominations. And Jordan Gag, 3 Gs,
Sure.
33 golfer. He goes, I'll let you decide where this lands on the spectrum. All right? Saturday, up all night Friday night into Saturday with my cat who started puking all over the house. Took him to the vet ER and had to submit him for tests. Cost me about $1,000. Sunday, it was his birthday, and he watched the Bears win. All around, this is he's winning worst weekend for me. I mean, combine the cat nonsense. First, Jordan, you own a cat, so that sucks. Sorry. You care about the cat, so that sucks. Sorry. Cat gets sick, you have to pay to fix the cat. I'll never go to the hospital or doctor. It's got to be so bad. And then Sunday, it's his birthday. So it's like lose, 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 lose.
Yeah.
The Bears winning is nice, but that doesn't fix it.
Bears winning and birthday. Birthday you can normally depict as a happy light, but for me, that's usually a sad day. So
I hate my birthday. Yeah.
That's tough.
How old do you think you are when... I mean, some people love their birthday forever. Jordan, how old Jordan? He's got a cat that he pays for, so I think he's going to be like out of college. But I don't know. Like after 23, I think birthdays, who cares?
Yeah.
Some people really just love their birthdays, though. I'd rather not do anything.
Birthday month.
All right. So I think he's winning worst weekend so far. Mel Mastrantonio, she woke up miserably hungover Saturday, ate a huge brunch, watched football all day. That is a good day. Because she's in college, so you weren't that miserable when you were hungover. You were enjoying that hangover. Sunday, 6 a.m. flight home, ate a huge brunch, watched football, napped all day. That's like a great weekend.
Double brunch weekend's pretty nice.
And it's a 6 a.m. flight, but you're going back home to the East Coast, which that's just a good feeling. When you get home, when you live somewhere else and you get home and you land and you're a little jet lagged and then all you do is lay on the couch and watch football the rest of the day, it's the best combo. That's like going swimming and then putting sweatpants on once you're out of the pool. It's like the two together make it feel better.
Yeah, they're a good team. Brunch and football and home.
I think Mel has both of us beat as best weekend. I think Jordan has both of us beat as worst weekend.
Yeah.
David Santana, he says, Saturday, went to Atlantic City, gambled at the Hard Rock, went to Kiss Kiss Club, ate pizza and fish tacos, drank some more. That's, does this land, does you giving that votes for best? Because that Saturday's hell for me. I would never want to do that.
That's tough for you. I could see it being fun. You hit a couple bets and you have fun at the old Kiss Kiss Club, but yeah, not your kind of party.
No. Sunday, he ate breakfast. His boy threw up on the car ride back from AC, towed my car because it decided to just stop working. Now, strangely enough, that sounds like more fun to me. I always like the silly hangover in the morning times. Remember when you lost your keys and we were just walking around town trying to find your keys and we went to the cemetery and went to Dairy Queen? And like I feel like sometimes when your car just stops working, you have to get it towed. You can turn that into an adventure.
Yeah, you'd rather make light of a bad situation than go to the Kiss Kiss Club and eat fish tacos.
That sums me up pretty well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather make jokes about something shitty than go into a casino and a club. Oh, man, a casino and a club? It's like remember who was it one time came to hang out with us and asked like, "Oh, do you want to go?" Or they asked me like, "What good clubs are in San Francisco?" And you just laughed. It's just
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
Forget about that, but whatever. All right, we got one more. G Dizzle ran a 5K with my puppy. Is that a thing?
Why not?
Dog 5Ks? Never seen it. What if the dog really doesn't want to do that?
They're dogs. They just like doing anything, really.
Yeah, Zimmer's old. He doesn't like doing
Right.
shit. Went to IHOP, yard work, watched Notre Dame win, went to Target. This is a confusing day because IHOP and Target, I'm not enjoying those. Yard work, depending on what it is, I could get into that. Notre Dame win, that's nice. Like if it's leaves, I like raking leaves or blowing leaves. Therapeutic.
I could see. So this looks like a Saturday night Target run, which I think I'm going to surprise you with a little bit because normally in my head, Target run is a bad time. But if it's Saturday night, Notre Dame won, which if you comment on that means that's something that you enjoyed. That means Saturday night you were like, all right, how do I want to wrap up my Saturday night? You're like, I think I'm going to go to Target and get a couple things. Like that's almost the flying home from the flight feeling. Like that Saturday night going to Target, like you're probably going around the aisles and you're like, you know what? I'm going to get a little ice cream. I'm gonna treat myself to a little ice cream tonight. And then you wake up Sunday, you don't have to go out shopping or food. You don't have to you knocked out one of your Sunday activities Saturday night.
Yeah. Target, not for me. But like Katie loves Target. Like that'd be
they've made it for like crack if you like little $5 things.
Yeah, that section at the front of Target that's basically like, hey, stupid, spend money on this shit. Katie loves that.
Section.
Katie loves that. She's not stupid though, but she loves spending money on that stuff. And I'm like, come on, just walk past that.
No.
On Sunday, G Dizzle ran another 5K. What the fuck?
So Jim, I think he's just that's like the way he's showing the length of the run. I don't think he's signed up for 2 5K events.
You think he ran 2 5Ks over 2 days?
Yes. Like when he's saying that, like picture it, he's saying I went for a run with my puppy, but he's giving us the distance. Like he didn't sign up for official 5Ks.
Oh, he didn't do like a
days.
marathon, sanctioned marathon. He just ran 3 miles or whatever.
This was his morning run. It happens to be around 5Ks, so he was sharing that with you. So if he said, I went for a morning run with my puppy, you'd be like, how long was your run? Was it 10 miles? Because that sounds terrible.
That makes a lot more sense because, I did like sanctioned 5K marathons with puppies. I just didn't think that was the thing.
They do stuff like that, though, by the way.
All right, wedding rehearsal brunch. That sounds terrible. Well, it's just a brunch. The wedding rehearsal, they need to change that to just like let's hang out and have brunch because you don't actually rehearse anything. Then he watched the Cowboys beat the Eagles.
Cowboys and Notre Dame fan, huh?
Yeah, probably Yankees and Lakers as well.
Yeah, likes the big ones.
All right, I mean, G Dizzle, you're not winning. I think Mel wins best, Jordan wins worst, and that's about all I got to say about that. Did we lose Jake again? Oh man, he's gonna be so mad. Last Monday he got kicked out because he was some lady wanted a vacuum. Tuesday, the scaffolding on the side of the house scared his dog into barking, and now he's back. Just got kicked out again. I'm just explaining all your troubles.
It's just hilarious. Like, do you think the world dislikes me?
Oh, yeah. Nonsense, for sure. So I just wrapped it up. I think Jordan wins worst weekend. Mel wins best weekend. David Santana, G Dizzle, you and I are in the middle somewhere.
We had the best highs and lows, but that's the problem.
Yep. Yeah. I've got you on 2 screens now, your phone and your laptop.
Are you scared?
It's weird. They're not at the same time.
Do you feel outnumbered?
Yeah.
I know.
I'm talking to 2 Jakes, and they're at different times. This is fucking bizarre.
I'm in like a freaking time-space continuum or some shit. This is I don't think I'm okay.
People listening to the radio can't see how weird this is for me, but it's
like Stranger Things.
Ooh, Stranger Things. What's this sound drop?
Jake, are you crazy?
That worked out really well.
What was that?
I forgot about that one. All right. That about ends our Monday show. Sports and weekends. Congrats, Mel. The opposite of congrats. Whatever.
Rats.
Whatever. Whoever won. Jordan. Oh, wait. I had more in here?
Yeah, dog.
There's more weekends?
You skipped the first two.
Wow, I skipped the first two. Okay, let's see if they're... Oh, my God. Now Mel and Jordan are worried. Will did nothing till I went to the tavern and got to hang out with a bunch of Isles fans for Islanders game. That's nice. Had a relaxing day, then went and watched the game with people that also like watching the game. Sunday, went to MetLife Stadium to see the Jets get their asses handed, courtesy of the Bills, and got to hang out with the family for the rest of the day. Fuck.
That's the worst weekend. I'm sorry.
Well, with the cat throwing up and going to the ER, that's pretty bad.
No, man. One of our buddies who I've gone to a couple Jets games with. His family has season tickets there. He went to the game, and dude, I just had the realization at one point where it's just like, man, this is like your favorite team, and look at the product we're putting out. Dude, I mention it to you every now and then in passing, like I say, spoiled Yankee fans. We haven't seen the Yankees been under 500. Picture them being the absolute worst team in the league, and that's the Jets.
If you watching that game, like I turned the TV off.
Yeah,
paying to be there.
Picture paying $100 for tickets to be there.
I know. I can't. All right, I'll give Will just beat Jordan for worst weekend. Fuck. We got one more thing. Andrew, Saturday, woke up late, was almost late for work, watched Netflix, ordered pizza. So you had to work on Saturday as well. Sunday, saw Bohemian Rhapsody, loved it, watched more Netflix, put off homework. Pretty average weekend. You know what, Andrew? That is a pretty average weekend.
That is a pretty average weekend.
You fall right in the middle. You're right.
We're glad you shared. You had a pretty average weekend, and you were open about it.
I'm glad everyone shared. In the future, you better do your best. Let us know what you want trying to win, best or worst. I think Jordan's upset that he isn't winning worst weekend, but going to the Jets game and watching that dog shit performance, that's a bad time. Sorry, Ed.
And he's telling the wrong guys, because we're not going to have sympathy for any cat issues. So.
Oh yeah, no. If you own a cat, that's on you. You're lucky it didn't kill you, because that's what they do.
Right.
But having to go to a vet ER.
Oh yeah.
The vet in Newtown, Connecticut, made Zimmer anorexic, and my mom went through with it and gave him less food. And we came home and we're like, Mom, Zimmer's incredibly skinny. He's like, no, this is what the vet says. We should be able to see the hip bone for his size and age and stuff. I don't think so. He's way too skinny. So I just started feeding him more. Turns out that vet got outed, and she made everyone's dog anorexic. It's like, why are you a sanctioned vet? What the fuck? How are we not allowed to trust you?
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Sorry.
And Zimmer never forgets. Yeah.
Amen.
And that's the end of the radio show. You got anything else? Wrap it up. What are we watching tonight? Giants. Oh, Odell said the Giants are going to go 8-0. That he said that's what he hoped would happen. So I can't really knock him for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Good hope. Actually, the best hope.
Kind of. You want them to lose.
Yes, but Odell should want to win.
Yeah, he should want to win. He's a player.
He should want to win. They're going to play tonight, and it's going to be Monday Night Football, main stage again, and they're all going to suck. We got episodes of Talking Yanks and Talking Knicks out, so if you want to go listen to us talk for more of your workday, go listen to those.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you. Rate, subscribe, review, leave a review if you want to be entered into the monthly T-shirt contest. And that's about it. Here's Blues Traveler.